Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host here, Curtis Phillips, and my other co-host here, J.R. Anderson, as we take you up from 5:30 to 6 o'clock per usual here, Tuesday through Friday. Thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you all so much for being a part of the show here today. If you want to get your comments in, your thoughts in on the show, please feel free to drop them in on our Game Day Men's Health text line at 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health is redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, and sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. You can also drop your comments down in the X chat. You can drop them down in the Real Spiel YouTube, Big X YouTube chat as well. I see we've got three viewers on each of those YouTube pages in right now, so feel free to drop your comments in the chat. Fellas, welcome back in here to a new week of the show. I want to ask you guys how you guys have been doing today, and of course how your all's weekend went before we get into our sports chatter here on the day. JR, we'll start with you, my man. How was the weekend? How was the Monday night? And then how's the Tuesday been so far? Both personal and sports. You can go into your fandom and the personal life if you want here.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you're on the computer, Mike, but we can hear you.
Okay, just making sure you can hear me. Been pretty good. You know, the weather's muggy, nasty outside. Just walked in the door from work, but overall, 10 out of 10, man. I'm ready for my Lakers to play tonight. I'm sure you two are as well. But yeah, looking to get into tonight and to the rest of the week.
Love to hear that. Glad you had a good weekend and Monday as well. You made some money last night for the Ticket Puncher X page, also linked below right here as well at _Ticket Punchers, the new page we've got up for you guys if you want to go follow. Glad to see you were able to gain some stuff there last night. Curtis, how are you doing, my man? How was your weekend?
Doing good, man. Had a very fun weekend. Got to see BYU Cincinnati game live, sold out crowd on their senior night, so that was pretty fun to watch. And next day went to NFL game with the Chicago Bears versus Pittsburgh Steelers. My Bears ended up getting a dub, so that was, great to see in person. So, overall was pretty good. I didn't wager too much on that Monday night game yesterday, but it was a great weekend overall.
Love to hear that, fellas. Glad you guys are doing well. Glad the weekends were fun for you all. And there's a lot to get into. There's a lot to unpack on the weekend. We've got some interesting results in the NFL, some interesting results in the NBA. I want to get I want to have a bit of a dialogue, a bit of a discussion just on where our heads are at on the NFL currently in each division, how we kind of feel like things are going forward. Maybe give out some bold takes, some overreaction, proper reaction type of a conversation here to have as well in the NBA before we get into the look in of tonight's games, as there's a lot to be looking into, both with NBA betting and with college basketball betting. I'm sure we're going to be having plenty of official punches. And, of course, we're going to give out that triple punch parlay for you all as well. But, fellas, we'll give out the records. We'll look at the last week record or the Friday and weekend records later on in the show here. I want to get straight to it with our discussion because we finally have gotten a sample size of games in the NBA, and we're starting to see what teams are actually looking like, who's defending well, who's got an offensive flow, right? There's a big discrepancy on numbers in the beginning of the season, and teams will kind of move all up and down the rankings and the statistical rankings for different categories. But once you get to about that 15-game mark, you kind of really know what teams are going to start looking like. Granted, there's still guys that are injured who haven't come back fully. There's teams that have got players that have been in and out of the lineup already. But you also have teams who have had that happen and they've dealt with it and they've sustained, right? You look at the Pistons. They've had plenty of guys miss multiple games all year long, and they haven't had that be an issue. You look at the team like the Bucks. Different guys in and out of the lineup every other few games. They can't find any fluidity, any consistency of the things that they do well. So Granted, injuries do play a part early in the season as well, and we're not fully getting to see the full, I think, power for most of the contending teams yet. But a lot of them, we can see it. We see who's playing well. And fellas, I kind of just want to ask you all where you all are at in the NBA before we start an NFL discussion, because we'll react to Monday Night Football and then kind of where our heads are at in the NFL. But I mean, fellas, we'll just start. Like, I got a couple of different points. I mean, the Miami Heat are proving to be a very, very serious offensive team. I say offensive because the defenses aren't crazy. They're not like top three in multiple different categories like they are offensively on the defensive side, but they're not bad defensively because of what their offense looks like. When you play the way that they do on the offensive end, where they get up and down the floor really well, they're assisting on so many buckets, and they don't rely upon anybody. Granted, Tyler Hero's first game was last night or the night before. I think it was last night. I think he got in last night, Philly. The Heat, though, have been very, very impressive. I knew they were starting the season off without Tyler, so I was kind of – I don't expect much from him before Tyler gets back. And when Tyler comes back, you're technically adding a player who's nothing special defensively. So we'll see how they really look. You'll get a good gauge defensively even without Tyler, because more times than not with the Heat in the last couple of years, when you take Tyler off the floor, more times than not, a better defender is coming in, and the Davion Mitchell minutes have proven that. Ultimately, though, if you're the fastest-paced team, you're one of the best field goal percentage teams, and you assist better than anybody else in the league, adding a Tyler Hero into that is only going to make it better. So I'm excited to see what they look like going forward. Philly, how do you react to the Heat? But then, fellas, give me some teams that you guys have been impressed by so far in the NBA this season, or some teams that have kind of made you feel like they're not what they should be. We'll start with you, Curtis, just because we brought the Heat up first, and I know you may have a point to make on that, but I'm sure you guys maybe have another team. I'm glad I was able to give you guys the outline for the show today before the actual airing of it, so you could kind of develop your thoughts. But what do you guys think so far about a couple of the teams that are doing well? We'll start with you, Curtis.
Yeah, well, I start with my Heat. I've been very surprised with how we've played so far, especially without Hero. So that's been a plus. We got a lot of young guys, and I think the difference with us this year, we're usually one of like the bottom five pace teams in the league. So we're usually slow tempo, getting a half court offense. But now this year, we're trying to make an emphasis on pushing the ball up, running with these young guys, and I think that's really what's been helping us. I'm not jumping the gun saying we'll make it far yet. We'll have to see throughout the season if that sustains. But ultimately, I do like the way we're playing. I don't like that we have a negative record on the road and we're 8-1 at home. So we'll see how that goes going forward. But I guess a team that I'm surprised about right now is that Toronto team, second right now in the East, 13-5 right now. So yeah, they've been looking pretty nice so far. They got about 3-4 guys that can kind of do the same thing, and Ingram, Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, but I'm kind of liking how that roster's stacking.
Yeah, they've been defending very well. They've got a lot of size out there when you've got a Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram. I mean, Ingram going for 37 last night, I believe, looking very good. They've been impressive for sure. And you knew they would get better with Ingram, but not having that true set-in-stone guard outside of Quickly kind of made you wonder what it would look like there. But R.J. Barrett has kind of taken on that shooting guard, second off-guard role very well as a scorer, kind of takes the pressure off of Quickly as well. The amount of usage that Ingram and Barnes get on the ball also helps out a player like Quickly. Quickly's basically an off-ball point guard. He gets to run around like Steph and do things like that off the ball for a good portion of what they do offensively. Granted, he's nowhere near the shooter and doesn't have the gravitational pull, but a player like him kind of gets to benefit from the usage that those other wing players get. So they've been impressive for sure. JR, what about you?
Yeah, so I mean, right above Toronto, you got Detroit, man.
Yeah.
With Jaden Ivey being out, and just the shift in the East, like it doesn't look anything like it did last year. You had the Bucks up here, you had New York up here. Right now, sitting Detroit 1, Toronto 2, Miami, Cleveland, New York, then Atlanta. It's just it's surreal to see Boston at 10, and Pacers at 14 coming off of a finals run, mainly due to Tyrese and things. But Detroit for me, man, they're 10-0 in the last 10. I think is incredible. 15-2 overall in the East. Yeah, and of course my Lakers, with Braun being out with sciatica, To see them on an 8-2 run in the last 10 and sitting at third in the West, we're battling back and forth with Denver. They're 13-4, we're 12-4. Those are mine too. Luka's leading us, and back to the Miami point. Something y'all didn't mention: Miami is the highest scoring team in the league,
Yeah.
edging Denver out and Toronto out, which is insane. And now they're adding firepower with Hero getting added back into the lineup. So I think that's incredible.
Yeah, 100%. I forgot to mention that point. They are the number one in points per game, number one in assists per game. There's another category as well that they're like number 3 in. Up there, they're sitting with Denver and Thunder in a lot of offensive categories. And that's another team. The last team I'm going to bring, I'm glad you brought up the Pistons because that was going to be the one. But because you did that, I'll go ahead and give the shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who I'm not necessarily going to say surprising isn't the right word, but they have been astonishing, and I'm going to give them their props for being astonishing because the margin of victory that we're seeing them win by is quite literally something we've never seen. Like we're talking about a team that on both ends of the floor in terms of offensive defensive rating and how that leads to the point differential that they're at right now. We're talking like 0-4 Pistons, 0-6 Spurs, like in terms of just how dominant this team is compared to the competition right now. I won't lie to you guys. Knowing that they were going into the season without J-Dub, I didn't think it was going to be like world record pace-setting dominance, okay? I'm going to be honest. So, granted, I thought they were going to be the best team in the NBA. I thought Shea was going to be it's Shea and Luka's MVP to lose at this point, right? It's not, I say that. It's Shea's to lose because Jokic relies on the team. Jokic is going to win it if his team is a top 2, 3 seed, right? It's unless there's obviously a 1 seed that has a player averaging 30. But in every other category, you can argue Jokic can win it. I just think that the Shea has been performing even better than last season, playing less minutes so far at this point in the season than last season, and his team's even better without their second best player so far. That's kind of blowing my mind a little bit just because I didn't expect it to look that good that quickly. I thought they would maybe have a reliance upon him very heavy. You're going to see a lot of 40-point performances out of Shea and maybe closer games. Not what we're seeing. We're seeing them blow teams out, and he's not even rely on – I mean, they're going into fourth quarters up 15. He's not playing, and they're winning the games by 25. That's not normal with MVP candidate teams, right? Because typically when you've got a player like that, you only have one extra guy you're able to pay like that, and you don't really get a team this good. The way that they've done in drafting and free agency these last 2 years, and then not just that, because a lot of teams do that well. They've developed those guys very well. They're the best developing team of young talent, and I want to give them their props for that. As a player who had them losing in the first round last year to the Denver Nuggets, that didn't believe that form of offense was going to sustain to that level of eliteness in the playoffs last year, they proved me wrong massively. Granted, Nuggets took them to Game 7, and I'm pretty sure the Nuggets had the last shot of the series, right? In that Game 7, I want to say, or they had a chance to win that game. I forget how it came down to the wire there, but they're the best team in the NBA. They've got the most important player to their team in the NBA outside of Jokic, and they're continuing to prove that without their second key piece. So shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, fellas, they're just mopping up every team they play. And it's kind of crazy that there's a team that's literally head and shoulders above the rest of the best players in the world. kind of wild. Weird how we have to just shift. And there's no, that's what we do when we don't have any breaks in the show. But just like that, fellas, I'm going to ask you guys the same conversation, the same topic, the same exact question in the NFL. Who has surprised you the most in the NFL? JR, we'll start with you. And then who's been a team that's like, a team maybe you had higher personally than they've gone to show this season? I mean, Colts. The Colts is the obvious answer. Try to avoid the Colts because obviously no one had the Colts looking that good. But fellas, who's impressed you?
Patriots. Beating the Bills and some other really tough victories. 10-2 as they sit right now. But man, Drake May's been very impressive to watch. I did not think they would be this good this year, especially in the AFC East. But definitely them. My Ravens starting off 1-5. We're back, baby. Time to get rolling. Even with Lamar not looking as good as he is, we're right back in the leader spot where we belong in the AFC North at number 1. I mean, I call Broncos, so Broncos aren't going to be a surprise to me. I call Broncos and Chargers, which they both are number one, number two in that division above the Chiefs by one game, and then the Raiders, who we don't even need to discuss. But yeah, I mean, those would be mine.
I like it. Curtis, go ahead.
Yeah, obviously I could go with my Bears, but I'll shift to the Seahawks sitting at 8-3. That's a very big surprise to me. They were sitting around 6-1 to win their division, before the season started. But honestly, with Darnold coming in, we didn't know how that was gonna look. He really only had one good year, his prior year in Minnesota, which I thought was more of just a system play. But he's looking fantastic in Seattle, and that defense looking stout as well. So them sitting at 8-3 has honestly been surprising to me as well.
Fellas, for me, it's the Bills, and it's the other direction. This is a Bills team that going into this season, maybe I was listening to the talk shows a little bit too much. Maybe I was hating on Josh Allen previously too hard and thinking that now it's finally aligning for him. And I let up on that hate a little bit, especially with the way that they started the season off. Look at how they did against the Ravens. And then the highs that they've already gone to show this season. You can't be a team that has highs like that and then to go on and have lows that you've already gone to have this season as well. Where I'm talking like you've had two different halves of football this season where you look like a bottom feeder in the NFL on both ends of the ball, letting whoever come and march down the field in important moments in the game and get important touchdowns. And then on the flip side, not putting teams away when you need to. Granted, they've gotten the wins in some games where it's been that case, and they've also lost a couple of those. I just don't think they should be sitting at 7-4 right now. There was question marks on that wide receiver room, and now those questions are now coming into fruition a bit as you just kind of see that there's a bit of a lack of trust in the wide receiver room from the quarterback in Josh Allen, and that you can't have that. You can't have that this time of year, especially. But they're not trending in the right direction, in my opinion, as a team. When I thought this is kind of where they would start clicking. I feel like this is kind of where they start clicking in regular seasons in the last couple of years, and we're not really seeing that right now. They've surprised me, and then the Seahawks was going to be my the positive, like you mentioned, Curtis. Jackson Smith and Jigba, did you guys know that right now he's on pace to break Calvin Johnson's record for receiving yards in a season? That's insane. I did not have that on my bingo card at all going into the season. You knew that Darnold can sling it. You knew that Jackson Smith and Jigba getting released from the shadow of the mess that DK Metcalf was out there that last season or so. I thought that it was going to be a big year for him, but I didn't think it would be this big, and they have had a year offensively throwing the football.
Could have been Jefferson, but we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. Don't know what the Vikings are doing right now up in that front office. I mean, you got to be feeling a bit silly right now. I get why you didn't want to pay Darnold what he deserved, what he was earning at that point after the season he just had. But now look at you with the Hall of Fame level receiver not going out there and being the team you should be. But that's part of it. That's part of it. That's NFL football these days, fellas. And that's what's tough about being a receiver in this league is that it's got to be the perfect scenario. You can be the best player on the planet, but it doesn't always matter. That's kind of what's happening there, at least in terms of offensive players with Jettas. Let's move on, though, fellas. We've got a lot of action on tonight. I want to get your all's opinions. We'll chat a little bit in NFL if you guys want to. I mean, Brock Purdy on Monday has maybe earned Thing of the Week. And I get that Monday Night Football is technically the week previous in terms of the season. But in terms of radio, start of the week, I mean, it's the first day of the week for us. Monday Night Football, that's the first game in which you can qualify for the Thing of the Week, and he is definitely already a candidate with that. Was it the third one?
3 before halftime.
Yeah, I think the third one was directly to J.C. Horn. Like it was just that was the second one. The second one was Thing of the Week, I believe, partially because he did throw 3 and that emphasis, like you get nominated just because all 3 were bad. But that second one was really, really bad. And then Brock Purdy throws 2 of them, and they still get a very comfortable victory there. I mean, I don't like watching the Niners play outside of McCaffrey. I don't like any aspect of watching the Niners play outside of McCaffrey. But McCaffrey, he's something special. And JR, we let you down last night. Philly and I both with the triple punch parlay pieces. We had Scotty Barnes I had for 20 plus, Curtis had Matherin for 20 plus, and you had CMC over 110 rushing and receiving, in which he covered that easily. Scotty Barnes 18 points and Matherin 14 points due to the blowout kind of starting for the Pacers, unfortunately. So we'll get back right with the parlay piece for tonight, fellas. I do want to get our official punches out. We'll go straight away. We'll start with you, Curtis. College basketball, NBA. There's even some NCAA football action on tonight. We know that there's some Tuesday action on. If you want to look into that, I actually do like Western Michigan going up against Eastern Michigan tonight. I think they're 10.5-point favorites. I might tease that down as a parlay piece potentially for tonight, but I don't know if I want to take any college football when we've got college basketball on. Curtis, what's your official punches for tonight, my man? What are you looking at? Any statistics, if you got those, you can go ahead and throw those out with your plays as well. We do have to be somewhat quick. We spent a good amount of time chatting there about the status of those two NBA and NFL leagues, but what do you like officially tonight?
Yep, I'll start from college basketball. Give me Tennessee money line at plus 140. This game starts about 10 minutes from now. It's 6. So it's probably your play too, Roman, I'm assuming. But
no, I've got Houston minus 3.5 on this two-leg right here.
Gotcha.
So now I'm hoping now I feel like I need to cash out.
Well, don't change it because of me. But my reason being, right now in the season, I think Tennessee looks like the more complete team. I think these defenses kind of cancel each other out, and I think the game's going to come down to offense. And you see Houston, they're ranked out of the top 100 in a lot of, offensive statistics. Where on the flip side, Tennessee usually built on defense, just like Houston, but their offense is what has, surprised me this year. They're in top 50 and, a lot of different metrics right now. They have depth at really about every position. So I think they come out and get a win today. And then I'll transition to the NBA real quick. I like Desmond Bane over 20.5 points.
Wow, that's an official punch that I've literally got right here, right now.
Yeah. Great minds think alike. Yeah, I got that at minus 125. He's been over in 4 straight versus the Sixers. He already had 24 versus them this year. And that game was with Paolo. This game will not have Paolo, obviously.
Taking my take. Yep.
Some key defenders out as well. VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, and Oubre all out. So I think these backups for the Sixers are going to have, a little struggle guarding Bane. So those are my 2 official punches for today.
I love those punches. I'm obviously on. I'm gonna go official. Can we do that, JR? Is that allowed? Am I allowed to go official punch? Can I replicate that?
Of course. Yeah, I did the other day.
Everything Philly just said, everything Mr. Philly Picks just said about Desmond Bane's 20 points, let's just go ahead and say I said that as well. The main point being, though, VJ Edgecombe, Oubre, and Paul George all being out against a team that he's already been able to get his in, but even more so, a team that Philly likes to run. Philly likes to get a lot of shots up. They're going to do that tonight, in particular when it's just going to be maxi ball. I like the Desmond Bane 20 plus. I'll go ahead and add a second official punch to this for me as well, and I'll go ahead and add I'll take the Magic minus 3.5. That's what I caught it at and took it at. I think it's up to 4.5 now, fellas. Up to 4.5 now. I took the 3.5. I'll make that 3.5 an official punch if you guys want to tease that down. You know how unlucky I've been. Like 3 different times already since we started the Ticket Puncher show. I had a line that I liked, and by game time it moved. Like right now, it's moved already. I like the 3.5. They're gonna, of course, maybe potentially they would win by. They wouldn't cover the 4.5 for me. They'd win by exactly 4 with my luck. So we're taking the 3.5. I like the Magic here tonight for the same reasons, though, that we really like Desmond Bane to score 20 plus. Those are 2 official punches for me tonight. I know you guys aren't gonna like this. I'm on the Lakers officially tonight. I don't bet on my teams. There's no bias in this. I promise. I looked at some of the numbers. I looked at some things. Even without Ayton tonight, with LeBron being back, I have not liked the Clippers' offense in the second half this season. The Clippers have struggled in the second half of the season. Guess who's been pretty good in second halves this season, fellas? The Lakers. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think that we've got the defensive ability to go out there and just make things rough for not rough, but inefficient for Harden. I mean, that's a weird match.
You block out.
With the defensive effort, he can go out there, Braun and Luka. So give me the Lakers minus 5.5 tonight. Tease down as well from the 6. text man. We might have had a slight disconnection there. You hear me, JR? JR, take us away.
Yeah, I got you now. We're staying with the home team. We're going Lakers over. Lakers over has hit in 6 of LA's last 6 games at home. We're going over 229.5. It's 100% hit rate. So minus 110. You can't beat it. We know we don't love to play extremely good defense. With no Ayton tonight, I think it's going to be even more of an up and down type of game. So over 229.5, minus 110 on the FanDuel right now. You stole my 5.5. The line for it right now, I believe, is 6.5 at minus 112. Could tease it down to 5.5 and still get it for minus 122-ish. But also, if you're looking for a parlay piece, I like Lakers money line minus 250 if you just want to be safe. But yeah, that'll be my 3.
Curtis, quick parlay piece. You got it?
Tennessee plus 3.5.
There it is. JR, quick parlay piece. You got one?
Let's do the Lakers money line minus 250.
All right. I like that. My parlay piece for tonight. Oh, I had it here. Where is it? Oh, where is it? Oh, it was a spread. It was a college spread tonight. I believe it was. I had Norfolk. You know what? The second one I like tonight. I like Auburn plus 5.5. I think they went outright against Michigan, if I'm being honest, but I definitely like them to cover. Michigan has gotten by on a few games. This is not an Auburn team you can get by if you don't play your good ball against. And Pettiford's been getting up through here in the last couple of games for Auburn. Give me Auburn plus 5.5 for the triple punch parlay piece. And that will wrap us up here on the Ticket Puncher Show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening here on the radio side of things. If you want, though, we're going to go continuing on for just a few minutes on YouTube, on X, Real Spiel Podcast, Big X Sports Radio on YouTube, and then, of course, at _Ticket Punchers on X if you want to catch us chat here a bit more to end things out on the day. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been the Ticket Punchers right here on Big X.
Punch those tickets.
Punch them tickets.
All right, fellas. That was a great show. We got our dialogue out. We got our official punches out, our triple punch. We did go about a minute over, but that's not really going to hurt us here today. I got to start getting this out at 57, though.
We still got 36 live on X, so we can keep rolling.
All right. But I like that. So let me write these triple punch pieces down. I had Auburn plus 5.5 on my piece. Curtis, you had Tennessee
plus 3.5.
Tennessee plus 3.5, which I do like. So, and then JR, you took the Lakers at 5.5 for your parlay piece?
No, for the triple punch. We're going to do over 229.5 minus 110.
That's right. Lakers minus 5.5. And you took the over as your punch. All right, fellas, I'm going to get this in real quick.
Yeah. You connected everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a couple more jabs, though, I'd like. If you guys, Philly, you got any jabs? Anything we didn't get into? I'll go. I like a jab in this Western Michigan at minus 10.5. I like minus 8.5 for the Western Michigan team. If I'm being honest, I think they're going to blow them out. I really do think they're going to blow them out, but because it's a rivalry game and it's on the Eastern Michigan home field, you could be chippy. You could be a couple. It's Tuesday night action. It can get ugly. In the beginning of the game, you can get ugly. I've watched a lot of those kinds of games. I've watched the game cast on a lot of these kinds of games. Not look like the first half. The first half not look like the outcome of the game, and then somehow, some way, the team that's favored by that much wins by that much at the end of the game due to turnovers or sloppy play. Because, like we said, it's action. We didn't get any comments in. We didn't get anything in on the chat. Let us know if you guys want. If you got a bet you're taking tonight, you want our opinion on it. You want to hear what we have to say about it. Send it in. Ask us about it. We'll get into it. We'll chat about it a little bit. But that is a jab I had tonight, fellas, at minus 8.5 on Western Michigan. That's college football tonight. So
I'm over here looking for it. I'm like, where the hell is this?
Yeah, it's football.
Yeah, college football tonight. There's already another game on right now, Bowling Green and UMass.
What's the score? I took minus 14. Team over, minus 14.5.
28-14. Bowling Green's up at half.
Okay, so 2 of my bets already hit for that. I still need them to win by 14.
They looking good.
I honestly
Yeah.
don't have any jabs. I liked most of the more of the early game slate for college basketball. I had two things that cashed and one's in progress, a little builder. Um, well, it was North Carolina money line, Iowa State money line, and geez, who's my third leg? I'll have to get back to you on that
Oh,
third.
Tennessee, Houston, they're about to start. They just closed that on me.
Mm-hmm.
I found a crazy line earlier. I was just too chicken shit to take it.
What was it?
Wright State Raiders. Wright State Raiders are 0-7 in road games. They're playing Stet it's plus 320.
That's
Wait, what's that?
That's nasty.
Yeah, I know, right? 0-7, and it's plus 3. No, it's plus 410 for their money line now, which is
The
crazy.
team they're facing?
The Wright State team that they're playing is 0-7 in their last 7 road games straight, 100% for 7 games, and this
Oh,
Stet
so
at
that's
home, and their money line is plus 410. I haven't watched much of them, but it was trending on my little scanner,
mm,
so I was like,
okay, interesting.
yeah. But no, I felt like I wanted to put a little 10 on there, but I'll probably steer clear. Other insights. Let's see what we got here.
You're getting
Over.
9.5.
Yeah. Indiana and KSU. The over has hit in 6 of Kansas State's last 6 games, minus 108. It's 163.5. I think that's a solid line based upon the statistics. What else? Oregon plays at 11 tonight, right? Against South
I
Dakota.
know they play late.
Yeah, so Oregon is 12-0, and their last 12 games as a favorite, minus 137.
Yep, 11. Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. Been trying to find the juicy ones here lately. Uh, Everything else is player stuff. We'll jump over to NBA. Dun-dun-dun.
I didn't get to do my dig for that Lakers Clippers game.
Ain't much to dig, baby. Luka 30 ball.
Yep.
I was trying to look at something for Brian. Maybe he's been diamond.
I don't
What's the
trust him yet, man.
See what
I
is
don't know
this?
why. I just don't trust him yet. He still look a little. Can't put my finger on it.
Not 100% or something.
Yeah.
I got something for tonight? I got something for tonight when it opens up.
What's that?
It's a Khalil Ware prop. So what do you think? Midnight? Ooh. Think we can get player props for tomorrow by midnight?
Here lately they've been releasing them at like 1:30 to 2 a.m. So I mean,
Who do they play?
but
They play the Bucks
Okay, all right. I'd assume so. I mean, with
no Giannis.
nobody. Oh yeah, nobody plays tonight.
Jump on those Khalil Ware rebounds. Jump on those Khalil Ware
Dude,
rebounds.
what
they
did
not
he
on
end
there
up
right
with
now?
last night? Like 16 maybe?
Yeah, 18 last night, 16
Oh,
the night
shit.
before. I mean, I'll just read you. He hasn't had less than 10 since the first game of the year. He's only had 10 once, 12 plus in every game. 11 and a half. Jump on it tomorrow.
What do you say? That boy.
You know
I
that's
like.
crazy you say that? Because maybe that was the only game I took his PR. I took his PR one time, and he didn't get close. It might have been that game he didn't get 10 rebounds.
They got. Yeah, they got the game already on there.
They got the game, but you
But
can get
no,
team
yeah, but no
props.
props. Yeah, yeah. I know on my radar it's already trending, so the insights on it are available, but there's no lines that have been
Heat
made available.
first time. I mean, Heat halftime and Heat full time is minus 135 as well. I think they blow them out.
We at the crib. We're home.
Yeah. Is Yaya not playing?
Who?
GG. Yaya.
Nah.
Is he hurt?
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Yeah.
What's his injury?
Not for sure.
I haven't been watching him.
No, he's hurt. Yeah, he's got a calf.
Strain.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm betting
big
it. The reason I'm betting it. I didn't realize that he was maybe going to be back tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I thought he was trending to be back.
I thought he had one more week. I thought he had one more week.
Nah, if Giannis is back, you might want to reconsider.
Shit, I thought he had one more week. Oh.
You're the deer.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they got.
If he plays, then the odds will be better on 11.5. Let me go see.
Not like
yeah, they will.
He hasn't gotten a lot against anybody. I mean, 14 against Vucevic. You expect 16 against the Warriors. 14 against the Knicks is not bad. 10 against the Knicks. So that was a back-to-back. No, it wasn't back-to-back. 13 against Cleveland. 20 against Cleveland the game before that.
He was motivated that game for whatever reason. I watched that one. I don't know. I think 10 is still solid, but your line is
the 10's gonna be minus 350 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a spicy one.
But yeah, this is a quick little early thing I'm looking at for tomorrow, just because when there's only a few games tonight, I like to take a quick early look on tomorrow. And then very, very early here, Lions at minus 146. That's going to go up.
Lions.
Do we wait to bet the
Packers?
Do we wait to bet the Packers? Or do we bet the Packers now?
You think Packers are beating the Lions?
I think they're due.
I'll say Lions bounce back. They played terrible that first game of the season. They're back at home.
Is Jacob still hurt?
Close. I think
Jacob.
He'll be back.
Yeah, because I know he had the knee injury.
Jacobs should be back.
I think he sat out this game so he'd be ready for this one. So off of no short, they didn't want him on a short week, I believe. I think he'll be back.
70% of the money is going towards Detroit, and 70% of bets are going towards Detroit. 81% of the money is going towards Detroit for the spread, and 89% of the money for Detroit for the spread, which is minus 2.5 at minus 115. Over 68% of the bets, and 68% of the bets are going over, and then 77% of the money is going for the over as well. So it's a blue out.
All right. Another thing, JR, I need you to help me find this right now. A buddy of mine made some money on this in the beginning of the year.
Uh-huh.
You might not be able to find it for me here. Josh Jacobs, anytime fourth quarter touchdown score.
That was my play that I bet.
That was yours? I thought it was my buddy Adonis.
He bet that on our triple punch at one day.
Yeah, that was trending, and it was like plus 400 or something.
He took the anytime on the triple punch. That's right, but he played.
He took fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, Josh Jacobs and anytime, but both
that night I only took the anytime. I took the anytime.
No, the fourth quarter, because me and Curtis was talking about it on the YouTube segment, and we was like, bro, that damn
he covered it like 5 straight games or something crazy.
Yeah, and it was like what, plus 320 or something?
Yeah. He always scores in the fourth because they just start, doing.
I like Jahmyr Gibbs at plus 310, and I like Josh Jacobs at plus.
At this point, we might as well just put Gibbs for 2 every week because that's
literally. I wanted to do it this week. Yeah.
Gibbs, Jacobs 1 if he's healthy.
Gibbs is
2.
The anytime for Gibbs in any quarter. Okay, second quarter it's plus 270 for Gibbs. Third quarter it's plus 420 for Gibbs, and fourth quarter it's plus 310 for Gibbs.
Yeah. I feel like
he's not scoring in the third quarter.
Yeah, like
that's
typically
crazy.
They start opening up the pass rate because they've been trailing a little bit in the second half here lately.
He's a home run threat. He could score anytime he touches the ball.
Yeah, but he typically scores in the first half predominantly, like first or second, because he fresh legs. He breaks.
Yeah, it's either that or like a game-winning type of touchdown. It feels like.
Yeah.
What do you? So we taking the Josh Jacobs plus 410 fourth quarter.
The knee scares me, man, just because he's been banged up. But let me see.
Wow, St. John's is doing Baylor in.
Are they really? Man, my cousin told me to take him. Oh man.
Oh, Ricky P, baby, you forget?
No, I figured they would win. I just didn't think it would be like that. With the way that they looked last night and the way Baylor looked.
Rick was chewing ass last night.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Did you see the post game presser of how he was like shutting the reporters down when they tried?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it. I heard about it.
Yeah, he was.
Here's a line I like tonight, fellas. Arizona State minus 5.5.
I was looking at them for a money line parlay piece
for basketball.
Yep.
Arizona State. Against Washington. Yeah, minus 115. Yeah, 84% of bets on AZ spread, and then 80% of the money. I like that. I like that a lot. Excuse me. Even though Washington's covered +5, but they're 3-3. AZ's at home.
Yeah, I like it.
Shit, I mean, even their money line at minus 275 is not bad.
Yep, on a little 2 or 3 leg.
For a little.
Found 2 or 3 like that you liked, which I could probably find. There's just not a lot. Like I don't like Iowa straight up over Ole Miss, even though I do. I don't like it that I don't like on the road. Like I don't like taking Iowa on the road at Ole Miss when I figure Ole Miss is just a matter.
I thought that was neutral.
Oh, is it neutral? Is it in that?
I think it's one of them. It might not be. It might not be.
Yeah. You want my Lakers parlay?
Hell yeah.
She's sexy. It's plus 320, but I've been hammering them lately. LeBron 6 assists, James Harden 6 assists, Kawhi Leonard 18 points, Austin Reeves 20, and Luka 3 threes. Plus 320.
1 unit, 2 units.
I put 1 unit, but you know me. For everyone else trying to build bankroll, I would go half unit just because of the Luka threes. But he seems to always, get pissed off when he plays the Clippers for whatever reason.
Oh, that is true. Even at the Mavs.
Yeah, I feel like everything else will be solid. It'll come down to Austin Reeves 20, and Luka threes plus 320. But all the analytics, this has been hitting pretty solid. I think Luka's in his bag. I think LeBron's letting Luka and Reeves take the lead, and he's just filling in, being the glue until he wakes up eventually, which we don't know when that's going to be. But he's still getting a quiet little, 16, points, 6, 7, 8 assists, and some boards quietly, not even too flashy. But yeah, that's my plus 320.
JR, see if you can
in the chat.
See if you can find us a game cast tonight. Like let's try to do the exact same thing we did with the rewatch or the watch along, except it's a legal version and it's just the players. It's just the name on the court of the ball, like the little tracker on
like the semi-cast thing.
You don't want to do
that actually shows the ball moving up the floor like how they do on FanDuel.
Did the one that we looked at not do it?
I don't remember. If we can do that though, I'll do play-by-play on the game with you guys. Like not like full on Luka with the step back 3. Got it. But we'll commentate live on the game.
Playback. You didn't want to do playback?
You want to try that out tonight?
We can do playback. I mean, we got.
You got the league pass. You got the league pass.
Yeah, I got league pass. I mean, for those of you still listening, we're going to try to do a stream through this playback platform, which we'll post. It doesn't show the game unless you subscribe to NBA League Pass. So for those of you who have a League Pass subscription or you want to get one, I think it's only like $14-15 and you get access. But if you subscribe to it, you can watch the game with us, and then we're going to do live plays, live bets and stuff. We tried to do this last week, but we ended up getting our old X account suspended after having 1,800 live watchers. And so we're starting fresh, but we're going to do it the correct way this time. So that's what we'll do. We'll link the playback link for all of you to join up pretty easily if you guys want to watch with us. What game though? That's the. Well,
I guess Lakers is at 11, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, us. I mean, this is the cup stuff. So I mean, if we're gonna do it, it'd be a good night. I mean, we could even, I don't know y'all schedule, but I mean, I'm pretty free. We could do like an early game and then
Do the
roll
first
into
game?
11. Yeah, we can roll into a late game if y'all can hang.
Yeah, let's try to hit the first game at like halftime.
What is the first, or what time is the first game?
It's an 8 p.m. They do 8 and 11 for the Peacock Cup games.
Okay. I'm about to say, okay, I'm about to do my show right now.
Oh well, if
Yeah,
it's
we
on
don't.
Peacock,
We
yeah, if
can
it's on
go like
Peacock,
third quarter, fourth quarter of the first game or something. Just get comfortable with it.
yeah. If it's on Peacock, they can't watch. We can just watch, do the live. But if it's on League Pass, or ESPN, then I think you can watch it through the NBA League Pass. But if it's on Peacock, then that's restricted to just Peacock.
Where can we find a Gamecast?
This is all new to me.
All right, I'm gonna get off of here, fellas. I'm gonna try to figure this out if I can get home. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening here today. We appreciate you guys. We'll get back to you guys tomorrow as well, 5:30 to 6, with a little bit of an after show talk as well for you guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, retweet on X if you don't mind. Let some of your followers get in on these bets and these punches as well, fellas. And let's go punch these tickets. Let's go make some money.
Punch 'em.
We're gonna post all the plays here in a few minutes. So stay tuned.
@_ticket punchers right there.